What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? It's your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast, if on the West Coast. Get up! You already know the early bird gets the worm, and today I'm going to talk about how DC shows Marvel how to honor an actor who died. And we are going to talk about Christopher Reeves and the new special that is coming out about Christopher Reeve's story that actually, got announced way back in March. But James Gunn actually tweeted, about the new James Gunn project. And that is awesome because, for one, we really, and I say we, those who are old enough that, Christopher Reeve's take on Superman is the take that we have. I mean, his take on Superman is the Superman you grew up with, which one was Christopher Reeves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to talk about that, but also show you how it parallels Marvel in honoring a fallen actor who played an iconic character. So we're going to get into this today. Hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel, but you already know how I do. The real question is, all right. Give me just a second here. Well, I get some things together. Again, I'm gonna see who is all in the hizzy for shizzy. And I do got a couple videos that I need to get to you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I've been very, 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 very tired. Had a long weekend with family and all of that, and and I'm going to get in kind of what I posted on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll kind of tell you what's been going on with me as far as that. So what's going on, Toria Rainbow Loaded? Good morning. Junior Network, good morning. Ty, what is up? I haven't even forgot about your question. Did you send me on Instagram? My brother was just tired. I ain't even gonna hold you. Andre Ware, what's up? Good morning. Mitagasm, what's up? Good morning. Tracy Woods, good morning. Robin D, the admin, good morning, Dre and chat. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. I am. I'm gonna talk about that here in just a second. My brother, my real brother, from the same mother, Rico, what is up? What's up? Good morning. Of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and to the new I had 95 new subscribers off the video that I did last week. So shout out to all the 95 new subscribers, especially if you are checking out this live or this replay of this live for the first time. Good morning, Roberta. Good morning. So let me just kind of get in, just kind of let y'all know what's going on. I posted it on my my Instagram on the other day. So I have realized, and I kind of knew about this for the last at least 3 years, that that I had something was wrong, with my stomach and all of that. And I'm realizing that I have a gluten allergy. Anything that I eat that has gluten in it, I'm bending over in pain. I'm tired, my stomach bloats up real bad. It's very bad. So I had to change to a gluten-free diet. And for those who don't know, 10 years ago, my appendix ruptured, and I started having stomach problems since my appendix ruptured, but I was in the hospital for 30 days. So I had a lot of stuff that I changed my diet then, and now I got to change my diet all over again. Well, change my diet to a gluten-free diet. I don't eat pork. I don't eat like bottom feeding fish or whatever. I am very much on a Hebraic diet as far as that. But now, now I gotta, get gluten-free flour. Gluten-free bread is like 3 times the amount regular bread is. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't eat fast food unless it's literally salad, or I have to get stuff taken off of it, like bread. I have to get bread taken off for my burger. You know what I'm saying? Or my chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? And I can't eat the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's no more because no telling what's in it. The breading could have gluten in it. That's how bad it is. And I feel like when Deadpool said he was going to round up all the gluten and take it so no, it doesn't harm anybody, I wish he would have did that. Because look what I got to go through right now. You know what I mean? So not necessarily because the things that I can't eat, I was already eating. Basically I grill a lot of my stuff. I like grill, or I personally, when I cook, I like to grill or pan fry it. Pan sear, pan fry. So any of my like steaks or chicken, I could bake it, or I can, pan fry that olive oil. Olive oil is gluten free anyway. You know what I mean? The certain seasons that I use, or the ones that I was already using anyway, are gluten free. And then I make my own like bourbon sugar type of blend for my steaks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Using organic honey, brown sugar. Well, actually, organic honey, organic um or raw sugar, which is basically cane sugar. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't use white sugar. The brown sugar, because you're making a glaze. That's basically what you're making. You know what I mean? But I don't want I don't want to get out of my cookie because I don't want y'all to steal it. But a little bit of butter, what I'm saying, brown sugar, some bourbon, a coconut rum, you know, or cane sugar. You whip it up, make a little glaze, put it on your on your steak or your chicken while you're grilling it. You can do it as a pan fry also. You're just gonna have to use a little bit more butter to wish it around to make sure that you hit both ends after you initially cook it to where you want to be, whether it's medium well. I'd rather have it medium well. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I done got into cooking. You know what I mean? I don't like to. I do have an air fry. I don't like to air fry. To be honest with you, I don't like to air fry. I don't eat a lot of fried foods anyway. You know what I mean? Like not a ton. I don't eat a ton. Yes, this is the Food Network. Now, how do you like that? But you'll get to Superman in a second, sir. This is a show. Yeah, you want Superman? Go over there to the Canadian. You getting 2 minute Superman things. His name is Munger Under Chills. You know what I mean? Go to him. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so that's what I got to do. You know what I mean? That's why I be getting sick. And now that I know why I be getting sick, I do have a test next month on my birthday just to make sure I don't have, I think it's I can't pronounce it, cirrhosis disease, which affects your lower intestine, which can cause cancer and all kinds of other stuff if you're not eating right. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So want to put that out there. I also want to give a shout out because I'm just now opening this up. I've been having this for a good minute, but I'm just now opening this up. Shout out to my man Reginald Flournoy. This is his comic book, Warriors on Wheels. And this is a Black-owned independent comic book. Very neat, very nice comic book from Knuckleheads. And this is his actual sample edition. So I got one of the sample editions. You can see it right there. You know what I mean? My man is doing some big stuff. He is literally producing this out in LA. You know what I mean? So I'm so very happy to have one of the 500. I got number 13 of 500. You know what I mean? For what I understand, he's been approached by some big time people. You know what I'm saying? So whenever he gets this project, when this project is off the ground, of course, I'm going to cover it and all of that because I love to see my people, shine in that way. So, all right. So, enough with all of that. Let's get to the Superman news and why DC is showing Marvel yet again how you honor a, dead actor. So, or deceased actor. So this was from James Gunn, husband, father, fighter, hero. Once you choose hope, anything is possible. DC Studios presents Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. Only in theaters September 21st and 25th, which is a day before my birthday. And James Gunn, put I adore this film trailer tomorrow. So there's going to be a trailer for this. Now, of course, like I said, Superman, the Christopher Reeves version, is my first Superman. Now, of course, when I was a kid, my uncle bought me the tapes of Superman back in the day from like the I think it was like 40s cartoon or whatever. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Superman. You know what I mean? And I was always I'm a more Batman fan, but I was always a Superman fan. But they're doing this, I'm just going through some of the comments, which I still think that this was terrible that they did do this. You know what I mean? But this is the way that you honor Christopher Reeves and his legacy. And we all know Christopher Reeves, passed away after being wheelchair bound for a long time, with after falling off of a horse. He broke his neck and he was wheelchair bound, did a lot of stuff, for the disabled and all of that, and passed away, after that. But his legacy lives on because with the character as clear cut and as awesome as Superman is, you want to let this legacy live on. So let me tell you exactly what the Hollywood Reporter actually, talked about this project some time ago back in March. So this is Superman, Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story, to get special September 24th release in theaters. DC Studios and Phantom Events are partnering to bring the documentary to the big screen. All right, DC Studios and Phantom Events are partnering to give Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, a special theatrical release. The film, which DC Studios, HBO Documentary Films, and CNN Films acquired out of the Sundance Film Festival this year, will debut in cinemas across the U.S. on September the 21st, 2024. An encore presentation will follow on September the 25th, the Superman's actor's birthday, which is the day before mine. Shout out to Christopher Reeves. Libra gang, Libra gang, Libra gang. All right, everyone knows that Superman is a superhero, but I am eager for this audience to discover the real superhero behind Superman. This film is an extraordinary story that takes a deep dive into the man Christopher Reeve really was and the courage he displays, Phantom Events CEO Ray Nutt said in a statement. The doc from filmmakers, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm not going to do it. What's going on, Gray and Putter? I'm not going to pronounce his last name either. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to destroy these guys' last names. Traces your subject Hollywood and personal history alongside the tireless activism for disability awareness that followed his paralysis. It was at this very studio where he made us all believe a man could fly. And this documentary reveals what made him a true hero on and off screen. Partnering with our friend at Phantom Events to deliver this very special film to the big screen was an opportunity we could not pass up, Warner Brothers president of domestic distribution, Jeff Goldstein, said. The film international theatrical rollout will follow. fandom is deft at building up demand for special event programming, hence the partnership with DC, a division of Warner Brothers and home of DC Studios. And that is the end of this article. Now, I love the way that what's going on, Pam? D Sizzle, what's going on? I love the way that they wanted to honor Christopher Reeve. Not only did he bring an iconic character to the big screen, which is Superman. Superman is as iconic as you can, possibly get as far as a superhero. Been around since the 1930s, been played by multiple, actors over, over the decades, all of that. Superman is literally one of the greatest superheroes that you could possibly think of. You know what I mean? And I want to say, for people who never got to experience Christopher Reeves, especially as Superman, this gives them that opportunity, that, us that are old enough, a lot of 70s and 80s babies, obviously, that we got to experience, Superman, well, I'm gonna only play a little bit, but we got to experience not only, then let me skip because this is still, again, as far as cinema. Oh, good Lord, I gotta skip because I gotta get to Superman because Lois Lane was dangling for a minute. But we gotta get, we got to see actually a perfect portrayal of Christopher Reeves, not only as Clark Kent, but as the hero, but as the actual hero is Superman. And a lot of us who are, Superman fans who grew up with this Superman, right? We're Superman fans. We kind of criticize anybody who came after Christopher Reeves, because to me, he had the definition of what Superman embodied. Not only, the Superman aspect. And of course, this was the 70s. The CGI wasn't that great. You know what I mean? This is a lot of practical effects and all of that. But a lot of us really, we really thought this is the way you can make a man fly. We really believe that. And that's how iconic, Christopher Reeve's Superman is. And to me, that should always be honored. Like I said, we've had so many Superman after that, and again, who was able to bring the performance not only as Clark Kent, but as Superman, who has been able to come close to that? Was it Dean Cain? Was it Henry Cavill? Was it oh God, the Tom Whalen? What's my man from Superman Returns? Can't think of his name. Matter of fact, and George Reeve. You said George Reeves also. George Reeves was the OG. All right, give me just a second, so I could. Oh, I don't want that there. Don't give me no baloney. I want a manwich meal. All right, Brandon Roth. Yeah, Brandon Roth. Now let's go through all of the previous Superman that ever, portrayed him in anything that we've seen. So Bob Collier was the original. He was from the Superman, I believe, the radio show. Then we had Kirk Allen, who donned the suit. George Reeves donned the suit. Danny Clark in the Super Friends show. Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeve. It's Reeve. I keep saying Reeves, but it's Christopher Reeve who was next. After him, James Hames Newton. You know what I mean? Who donned a Superman. I didn't even know half of these. Gerard Christopher, who was Superman. Dean Cain. I knew some Dean Cain. Used to watch that the Lois and Clark show. You know what I mean? Tim Daly did it in the Superman, the Man of Steel show. George Newbern, who is still the voice of him now. You know what I'm saying? From the Justice League, Tom Whalen. Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill. Tyler Hoechlin, and now we got what's I forget what this kid there's going to be the new Superman, right? So we seen that's 15 different versions of Superman that you can get, and the most iconic, the most people think of, Dave Corswell. Thank you, Torian. The one that you think about the most is Christopher Reeve's Superman. He had the biggest impact as far as Superman. You know where I'm going with this. If you've been around this channel long enough, you know where I'm about to go. DC is honoring a fallen actor who portrayed one of the most iconic versions of Superman to date. I love Henry Cavill's Superman. I did not like his Clark Kent. I'm going to tell you that now. I did not like his Clark Kent whatsoever. I actually like Brandon Routh's, his Superman and his Clark Kent. I just did not like that movie. You know what I'm saying? A movie where my man got a bastard child who did not grow up to be Superman. Because it's a continuation of Superman 2. People forget that, right? If you think about it, all these Superman. Tom Whalen was a great Superman. I think Tom Whalen. I kind of wanted Tom Whalen, as a Superman at one time, like on the big screen. You know what I mean? Because Smallville was dope. Who didn't like Smallville? You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, you see how DC is handling a fallen actor. Remember, he's an actor. He's not the person. He's an actor. That is not, it's so many people who come into my, that get on my my comment section and say, well, the Dre Max at the Dre Max show, you stupid idiot. You know the actor died? They could recast. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Isn't that the same way DC is now portraying Christopher Reeves? Not only was he a great actor on screen and the one who really brought home the essence of Superman, right? But he was a great humanitarian also. And what he did for, disability, the disabled and all of that. Once he experienced what he experienced. Now, this sounds a little funny because one thing that DC did not do is kill off the character. They allowed the character to go forward. That's the way that you honor not only the actor, but you let the legacy go to the character so we can have which Batman is the greatest, which Superman is the greatest, who did the best job of Joker. We can be able to have these debates. It's almost like the LeBron Jordan debate, right? Oh, who's the greatest of all time? Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? But then you got somebody like Kobe Bryant, you know what I'm saying, who needs to be in that discussion also. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar needs to be in that discussion. There's always a legacy of somebody who comes after that previous generation. Once Michael was at the tail end of his career, then you can see Kobe take the same design, the same moves, damn near the way the man talked, walked, all of that. And the legacy moved on, right? Now people are talking about Anthony Edwards is like Michael Jordan. You see how the legacy keeps going. Now you got not only Michael Jordan, but you still got Kobe Bryant. You keep the legacy going. The legacy of big men keep going. Using sports as a reference. You know what I mean? Because the legacy keeps going. You got to talk about the past and why incorporating and embracing the future. That's why I said previously that Blade, doing a Blade 4, with Wesley Snipes is disrespectful to Mahershala Ali because he hasn't got his film off the ground, so we can talk about his portrayal. So it's not just Blade and Sticky Fingers, if you get what I'm saying. Well, I don't want to debate who's better, Wesley Snipes or Sticky Fingers. Let this man get an opportunity to portray his character so we can say, man, I like this and I like that. I like the way he did this and I like the way he did. We can be able to compare. When you kill off T'Challa, we can't have that conversation about which one is the greater. And telling somebody that the son is the father, why didn't they tell that in Superman Returns? Why, when they knew Christopher, and now remind you, Superman Returns came out in 2006, right? With Brandon Roth. You know who he did not play? Superboy or Clark Kent Jr. Or Kal-El Jr. You know what they did? Recast the character, recast the actor. We all know that Christopher Reeve was already disabled. He passed away. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get for real. Did you ever watch that Blade with Sticky Finger? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is they allowed Superman, because even on the small screen, we already had Dean Cain in the mid. When the accident happened with Christopher Reeve, we still had a Superman on television. We had Superman in the zeitgeist of American society still in 1993 with Dean Cain's version of it. You know what I mean? So you will understand that Superman is important, right? If we know how important Superman is, one of the founding members of the Justice League, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? But you know who else was one of the early members of a superhero team? T'Challa. Back in the late 1960s, early 70s, Black Panther was a part of the Avengers. I mean, I had a problem that them not putting Wasp. They have a Black Widow on there and not having the Wasp who actually led the team at a period of time. You know, but are you understand what I'm saying? How important he is? Why can't Chadwick Boseman get the Christopher Reeve treatment that DC is doing, and also allowing the character to go on? Because they seen, Jewish people know, if you don't know, that the creators of Superman were Jewish, right? Give me just a second, because I just want to show you the importance of of Superman. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel are the ones who originally created Superman, right? These guys were two Jewish artists and writers, right? They, from the story that I've heard, that they were Superman, they created, the Superman because of the things that was going on with Jewish people during their time. You know what I mean? The people, the things that was going on with Jews, they wanted to make something that symbolizes them, right? To make them feel powerful, a super man, right? Now, why does this sound familiar? Now, the same thing when you had the creation of T'Challa was made to be the anti-stereotype. Let's put that out there, anti-stereotype, and so he could be something that is totally different than what's being portrayed on television or in the media at that time. You know what I mean? So it highlights the greatest we could ever be as far as, you know, Africans of the diaspora, even though that they were never colonized. Don't get it twisted that we don't have ties to that land, to Africa, to the continent, right? But if we never would have got colonized, just think of what that, you know, that utopia would have looked like. And that's why they created Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, they created T'Challa, a black superhero, like, you know, like the creator said, you know, he had black friends that was reading comic books. Most of these comic books are all white, and I can show you, you know, how racist comics was at that time. Because I'd rather show you the complete, you know, the complete story to why we got here. You know what I mean? To why we are here, you know, and how when Jack Kirby is looking at his black friends that's reading these white comics, there's not a hero for them. Let me go ahead and let me give him one. Let me create one for him. You know what I'm saying? Not because he wanted to be happy. He wanted to see his friends see somebody that looked like him on film or in print at that particular time. So again, we need T'Challa to have that same treatment that DC is doing with Superman and honoring Chadwick in the same way they honoring Superman. And at the same time, allowing another actor to take on T'Challa's senior, not a character they created for the MCU. Something that never happened in the comics ever. I had somebody say that Storm, like literally, I posted it on my community page. Storm and T'Challa had 5 different kids or more. What? You know what I mean? I think Latinos got way more than just Blue Beetle, my guy. You know what I mean? But again, why? Why she would do that when Puma Lee is saying Disney doesn't respect black characters? You know what I mean? And again, like you said how black people are told to wait. Why do I gotta wait? You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to move on? You know, why do we have to do that? Let me show you something here. Let me see. Let me just read you something here. This is just about the creators of Superman to share their story. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, who were both born to Jewish immigrants, the Siegels from Lithuania and the Schuster from the Netherlands and Ukraine. In 1931, they became the best friends at Cleveland's Glenville High School and ended up creating comics together. At the age of 16, both Siegel and Schuster were already accomplished comic artists. Schuster drew a comic about a character named Jerry the Journalist, and Siegel sold his works under the pseudonym Huey Langley. Together, they tended to work on sci-fi-inspired comics and stories inspired by folk tales of John Henry. They created a story based on the ideas about a villain they called Superman. Superman is a villain that didn't last long, though the pair created a new hero, also named Superman, who developed into the beloved character we know now. So they took inspiration and said, hey, what we're going to do, we're going to create, this character of Superman, and we start off as a villain, but no, we're going to make him. Now, listen to this. We're going to make him a real Superman. Now, listen to this. And I want to read this here, because again, this is no different than Captain America too, because I want to give you the history of why this is important and why and why others like T'Challa need to have the same respect in that realm. One of the reasons for the early success of Superman was how Jerry wrote about real issues that affected everyday people. Wouldn't someone call that, oh my God, why do I have to read a comic that's so woke? I can't believe that I'm right. I'm making a comic that's woke. These are my everyday real events, and I'm trying to have an escapism because this just too woke for me. They was doing this in the 1930s. And again, work. It work. It was work. Again, 1930s. But anyway, they included a lot of things that happened in Ohio's history, such as the mine incident in Athens, Ohio on November 5th, 1930. As time passed, they started including stories of Superman fighting off anti-Semitic people. Wouldn't someone call that woke? You know, why couldn't they be fighting aliens or mole men? Why they gotta be fighting off anti-Semitism? Huh? Oh, was they using their heritage, where they came from, their religion? Wasn't they using that to be able to fuel what Superman really is? Sounds familiar, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. With Hitler's rise in Europe, with his anti-Semitic words and the negative stereotypes of Jewish people. Wait a minute. The negative stereotypes of Jewish people? You're telling me that he was created because they were having negative stereotypes of Jewish people in the 1930s, and then they decided to create a character that actually destroyed it was better than whatever stereotypes that they threw forward, and they allowed this character to keep going for the last 80 some odd years. That even when that character was on screen for the not for the first time, but majorly on screen in front of a mass audience, the actor eventually died, and they said, you know what, we got to continue this train going. They put you know what I'm saying? They touched the water and turned it into wine and say, keep the party going. Is that what you're saying? A guy who was the anti-stereotype, right? The guy who was the epitome of what Jewish people could be. What they're saying, you know what I'm saying, is I want to see myself, even though I know I can't fight Hitler the way Superman is, I can at least aspire to have that thought. So that means that he was the stereotypical Jewish person. All right, let's keep going. Now, I'm going to read this one more time. With Hitler's rise in Europe, with his anti-Semitic words and the negative stereotype for Jewish people, pushed Siegel and Schuster to make a hero that defended the weak. They often would portray Superman protecting the weak and those who were mistreated. Sounds familiar, right? He was a hero the world needed as World War II began and in Europe. Schuster and Siegel worked hard to tell stories of hope that would cheer people on as things look hopeless, even as they struggle to keep the rights to create those stories. You see what I mean? As far as the impact of what Superman could have been. It lives on in Christopher Reeves. It lives on through, Henry Cavill. And somebody I seen in the chat that was like, we only got one Wolverine. Well, technically now we got two, because Henry Cavill played a version of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine. So now we got two, plus the many voice actors that have been Wolverine over the years. You see what I mean? So, again, give me just a second. Want to show you something. This is going to be a little jarring for people, so I'm just giving you a heads up. A lot of the images is going to be sensitive. because it's going to be sensitive to the way the characters and a lot of this, you can't, the pictures of little. Hold on, because that's coming from the Jim Crow Museum. Let me see if I could. Wish I still had. Nope, that's not what I want. Let me see if I can just do Google Images. Yeah. Again, some of this imagery, if you're very sensitive to race, what's going on, Danny? If you're sensitive to race, I just want to let you know a lot of these images are disturbing. All right. All right. These are a lot of the images that Black people were portrayed in, in comics. Rather, we were portrayed with big lips and, gaudy features, just oversized lip, bodies, all this stuff, It didn't stop. It was Marvel, it was DC, it was a lot of these portrayals, a long time ago. And then this guy down here, right? This guy down here was the anti version of all this you see up here. This guy right here. Because even if you look at early Falcon, they dress him like a pimp. A lot of Black characters, Luke Cage, was basically a walking talking Black exploitation character, in the 1970s, because he was based off of Black exploitation. But we've come a long way since then. Since these portrayals of what they thought that we look like. You know what I mean? Or long way from the spirit. A long way, from just being in the jungle. You know what I mean? A long way from this portrayal of a Captain Marvel comic with my man over here with the oversized lips. Are you getting what I'm saying? Why this is so important? Why this is the way that they made us look. Not just us. Asians, Native Americans, a lot of us. Now, just think of you looking at a comic or you're looking at a cartoon and this is what you see. It will piss you off. It will have you so mad. Why does this comic book character, is this supposed to represent me? Is this the way that you think that I look? Get a good glimpse of this. This is the reason why I fight so hard for T'Challa. Not T'Challa Jr., for T'Challa. Because I know how it used to be for Black people in these comics. And I'd be damned if I let a day go by that I don't fight for a Black character who was made for me, that was an anti-stereotype, no different than what they did for Superman in the 1930s when the rise of Hitler was coming on. You have all this anti-Semitism. They went and made a character for hope for them. It was for them first, y'all. It was for them first. So why the hell y'all not fighting for somebody that was for you first? Why aren't you on board with Recast T'Challa? Why aren't you fighting hella hard to make sure that the first black superhero for you is represented in a light that is so positive that it uplifts the next generation? That when people come back and they look at the portrayal of what Chadwick did, they can honor it because somebody took over that mantle and continued what he died trying to get on film. This man did not want to tell him that he had cancer because he wanted the portrayal. The portrayal was even more important than his diagnosis. So every day that he was sick, every day he got up and got to work, every day he was tired, he pushed harder. Why can't we push harder to keep that portrayal going? Because technically, the way that they think we're still like this. The portrayal that you see on film, they think we're still like this, but change the big lips and the bone out their nose and the pickaninny look, and put them in make them look like a modern day rapper, make them look like Sexy Red. They think we're stupid. They think we're dumb. This is the same image, just modernized. But y'all don't want to see that part. Y'all don't want to see it because that's too real. They don't want you to see a T'Challa in his purest form because they want to keep you with the bone in your nose, the pickaninny hair, talking slow. That's why I'm telling you, this is why they can do a concert at a political rally and y'all be more excited about that than the actual policies than the politician is saying. And I'm talking about both sides. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's Harris. If you're trying to entertain me and not telling me what you're trying to believe politically, that affects not only myself as an American, but as a black American that just witnessed two women getting shot by cops, one of them getting off. What are you telling me? What are you saying to me? And then I try to go to my media because I want to have escapism, and you're portraying black people just like these people are on here, or they're a sidekick to the white one, to the white hero. And you're trying to tell me that I can't fight for T'Challa. You're telling me, stop it. You got 5 to 7 more years before T'Challa get on screen? You telling me, stop it. Why are you worried about it? The actor died. They had no choice. You always got a choice. You got a choice of what you really want to fight for and why you're fighting for it and why it's so important. Or you could just consume and swallow the marketing and keep getting pushed aside and keep getting portrayed like I do on screen. Just put some modern day clothes on them, and that's the way they think about you. That's what they think about you. So again, I don't fight for everything black people portray on film, because some of it is just as detrimental than what we could have positive. But the things I do fight for, I'm going tooth and nail. I don't care how pissed off you get. You don't want to watch my channel no more, fine. But trust and believe that I'm going to fight for my people. So these negative stereotypes, even though this was the 1930s, that they don't come up in 2020, whatever coming after this. 2020, 2030, 24. We should not be going backwards, is all I'm saying. And this is the reason why I fight so hard for Recast T'Challa. That's it. That is why. Because when you do the history, when you literally sit back and do the history of Black people in comics, you can look at everybody, but go look, if you're Black, go look at the history of Black people in comics and see this portrayal come back anytime after this. Oh, it does. It's the same portrayal that just changed the clothes, changed the look. Remember the what if Miles Morales became Thor and he was talking with Job and Slang? Now he's talking like a gangster. You don't think people think like this now? Because if we only portray the stereotype, not all of us is walking around trying to look like a rapper. Not all of us is trying to walk around looking like, all the women are not looking around like we're Sexy Red. We're more than that. But if we never have that on film, or we never see a portrayal of a Black man that's smart and intelligent, one of the smartest people in that universe, along with his sister, one of the smartest people in that universe, then what does that really say about us and what we accept? That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Robin D, for the $20 super chat. Support the channel always. You know, I'm always serious, but not right now. Body roll. Super chat. Body roll. Thank you so very. Every time I see it, body roll. Body roll. And again, Roberto, thank you so very much for the $5 super chat. They still want to see us like Step and Fetch It and Rochester, Manhattan Morley, and Charlie Chad. It is so bad, Roberta, that as long as we're getting paid, as long as we're getting the bag, we don't even care. Honestly, that's the hurtful thing about it. Super chat, body roll. And every time I see that, I'm Jackie Jackson. When will it ever stop? When will it ever stop? So Richard runs us up by tchalla. Exactly. So MODOK. Check my recent community tab. I got you. Of course, I had to break up the monotony. It was getting too real. So I had to break up the monotony. The MODOK. That was gonna be one of my emojis for the channel, but it wouldn't upload. Trust me, it was on deck. It was on deck. Exactly. And when you read some of them older comics, the way that they reverence T'Challa, man, you got to be kidding me. But this is why I am supporting my brother, Reginald Flournoy, Warriors on Wheels. That anybody could be a superhero, even someone that is disabled. So when this comes out, check this out. I know there's other Black creators that's out there. Make sure that you're checking those out. You know what I mean? Because we need all the support that we can get. And this is where we need Tyler Perry to put his money behind. So we don't even have to worry about Disney, Marvel, because we could be up, we could be rising up those Black creatives and giving them a place to shine.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
All right. Would it work on? I forgot what did I say? That will work on your end. It works on my end. Oh yeah. He just calls highbrow Negroes. Yeah. Stupid. That's stupid. Stupid nut. Chat is on fire today. Y'all keep speaking the truth. Please share this. Yeah, like and share this. You know what I'm saying? Please like and share this. The MODOK emoji. The MODOK emoji is up. Okay, I didn't know it. I didn't know it came up. All right, but thank you so very much, and don't forget again to like and share and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, if you like what I'm saying, you might not like what I'm saying. You might think I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? But think what you think. But just be nice when you're in the comment section, because if you come with all that dumb stuff, we're gonna have a problem. And of course, Blurred AF is tonight. See, we do our show Mondays. We've been doing our show for well over a year. I know there's a show on Thursdays. That's cool because they got two great people on that panel. We got Darius from Planet Fanatics. Got my man Marcus from Back of the Bus. Them two dudes is awesome. You know what I'm saying? And then they got some flunky over there, you know what I'm saying, from Canada. So, make sure you chat into the Blurred AF so we can break down all the stuff that we talk about so we can have fun with, blur stuff and just regular stuff that we talk about so we can keep y'all entertained. But again, thank you for tuning into another episode of The Dre Max Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Where's my outro at? I gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.